I am going to be hosting tonight for you. So give yourself a round of applause, first of all. You ladies are looking good. Yes, I seen that y'all was coming in the door proud. It is our day today, ain't it? Yes, it's the only day you be proud to be a mother when you go somewhere, don't it? You be like, I'm a mama, hello. Happy mother, yep, it's me, hey. I don't care if you an auntie, a godmama, or somebody that assists with children. You claim today as your day as well, because we couldn't do it without a village, right? Yes, I was a young mother, y'all. I had my first child when I was 18 years old, straight out of high school. Yeah, I lied to my mom about that baby, y'all. I was pregnant, lied, and while I was getting bigger and bigger, when I went in and found out I was pregnant, I was 191 pounds. When I had him, I weighed 371 pounds. My mom was like, I don't know why you think you hiding some, girl, because Betty, why you steady getting like this? Your belly steadily getting like this. Your belly steadily getting round. And I said, well, why the hell you let me go through all that? He'll be here in February. He'll go to ultrasounds. It's a boy, surprise. So yeah, that's how my mama found out I was a mama, became a mama, y'all. My second child wasn't so great. It was 15 years later. I was 34 years old. My child was 15 years old. We was going to be at the club together because we was done. I was done. I told him, too. I was like, I'm going to be at the club. Your friend's going to be like, yo, mama cool. She look young. And you going to be grown out the house. And guess what happened? Fucked around and fell in love. I had stayed away from that shit. Stay away from CVS. That's where I met his ass at and shit. He was a city worker and shit. I'm thinking like, I done heard about these city workers and shit. Like, no thank you, sir. Turned out to be the best thing in my life. He is now my husband, y'all. Give it up for him. He's sitting right here in the audience. We have a 12-year-old son. But when I found out I was pregnant with that second one, y'all, let me tell you, I cried. I went to my friend's house to go just tell her, and her mama ended up answering the door and said she wasn't there. I had held it together from the doctor all the way to that door when she said she wasn't there. I cried so hard on that porch, y'all. Oh, I cried. She thought somebody had died. She's like, well, her mama already dead. Is your son okay? And as I got myself together, I said, girl, I'm pregnant. She laughed for about 10 minutes standing in the door at me. They put me on Zoloft and shit while I was pregnant and shit. I was perturbed. I couldn't believe it. I just knew. And they always say that second child is the one that teach you that they don't give a fuck. Oh, he done taught me, baby. Let me tell you. This nigga been having problems since he started school, but he too smart. He's smart than a motherfucker. See, what his daddy don't know is I used to smoke weed with his ass when I was pregnant. Remember we couldn't figure out what the effects was if you smoke while you're pregnant? I found out. This little motherfucker smart as hell, but he lazy than a motherfucker. He do that type of shit, right? Like he's so smart, then he's like kind of stupid and shit. Like he just recently called us and told us he set some paper on fire and burnt the top of my tea kettle. He tried it with his daddy first, and when he saw it went with his dad, he called his grandma. And I'm the only one like, that shit don't make sense, because I used to burn shit up when I was at the house when wasn't nobody there. I used to play with fire. So I know what the evidence looked like, so I'm like, Law and Order when I walk up in there. Where's the scene at? Where the scene at? Where's that? When I go up there, y'all, he done got the top off the pitcher of the Kool-Aid and then burned a perfect hole in it. Now, if you burn paper, it's gonna leave little brown marks. It's everywhere. It's gonna be in the trash. It's gonna be in the sink. None of that. His daddy then went on downstairs. I said, come here, little nigga, come here. How you burn this perfect hole like this? He said, I lit the paper. I said, no, don't tell me that motherfucking lie. I said, let me tell you before you start talking, there's no evidence of any burning of anything. There's no burned paper in the trash, and there's nothing in the sink. He was like, damn. I used your torch. I was like, God damn. The fuck is you in here? So yeah, that 12-year-old, y'all, he won't do shit in school. Smart as hell. The teacher, they thought he was a little retarded and shit. They was like, we think he might need to be in special ed because he just sit there. Like he won't do shit. And then she decided to give him the test orally. Like, let me ask him the questions because maybe he having a hard time. Motherfucker not only answered the questions and broke it down and explained to her how she could explain it better the next time she teach that lesson. We had to go up there for a meeting and shit. Like, this little nigga will not pick up around himself but know all the snacks and shit. Yeah, greedy as hell. That's that weed be leaking out. He be coming up talking about, I done made a really good sauce, mama. I took a little bit of that barbecue sauce, some mustard, a little sriracha. I don't really like spicy. Like, sit your ass down somewhere. Sit your ass down somewhere. Told me somebody stole his phone the other day, the little free government phone, because fuck him, I'm not buying no more Apple phones for his ass. Nigga, Obama's still giving out phones, or whoever the president is right now. We give one of them little free boys. Somebody took his shit. He gonna say, I know I didn't lose it, mama. Somebody took it. You know how I know? I said, how? He said, because I went to Google and I seen it was right over there on Griggs and St. Martin. I don't know which one of them 4 houses. But because you got that boot on, we can't pull up. Knowing his ass ain't gonna fight shit. Ain't gonna do nothing but talk. Excuse me, ma'am. So yeah. I'm only proud today to be a mother because I get to say in this Mother's Day and do what the hell I tell you to do. Don't worry me. Kesha, no, I am not cooking today. Kesha, no, I don't drive nowhere today. Kesha, no, I'm not watching your goddamn kids. And that's not just today though. That's shit. I'm not watching kids. Kesha, no, I ain't got no room in my house for you. Shit, Kesha, no, I ain't got no cigarettes. Kesha, no, I can't give you no ride, no goddamn where. Because the way gas be going up and down. I went to one gas station, it said $3.69. I went down the street, it was $3.39. So I'm like, oh great, it's going down. If I go a little bit further, right? That shit went right back to $3.69. I was like, God damn. So no, I can't give you no ride nowhere. Like none of that shit. And everybody always want to ask you for a ride. And you know what else I can't do for you? Don't ask me to pray for you on Facebook. Yeah, you already know what I'm talking about, man, don't you? You start laughing because you know. Do not get on. I hate when people get on Facebook and say, please pray for me. But don't what? Don't ask no questions. Well, bitch, don't ask me to pay for you. Because I need to know what I'm praying for, right? Because people will fuck you up. And this is why I'm telling y'all. This is how I know. One of my friends get on Facebook and say, please pray for me. Don't ask no questions. Normally when we see posts like that, y'all, we'll like it and put the little praying hands on and go about our day, right? Because that's the black people prayer. There you go. But I went one step further. Please, dear Father, whatever she's going through, make it okay. And let me call her, because I know her number. Hey, girl, what's going on? She like, hey, girl, they done got Bobby. I said, who? She said, they done got Bobby. I said, wait a minute. Who? Bobby. I said, bitch, killing, lying, woman beating, that stole his mama bridge card, stole his grandma SSI check, Bobby. I've been praying for them to catch motherfucking Bobby, to lock his ass up. I was mad as hell. I went right back to Facebook, took my praying hands down and gave that bitch the middle finger in the comments and shit. Bobby. She put a GoFund up and shit. I reported it and shit. I was like, this shit is illegal. I think she's soliciting drugs. Like, this bitch ain't selling dinners. She on Facebook trying to sell dinners and shit. I'm like, she got roaches, making up fake pages and shit. Like, fuck Bobby. I knew Bobby wasn't gonna be shit when he came over my house as a little kid and stole my motherfucking curling iron. Now, Bobby ain't got no motherfucking hair, so what you need a curling iron for, Bobby? Your mama bald head too, and it wasn't the little ones, it was the big barrel ones and shit, so I know she couldn't use them. And they was the little Conaires. I think I got them for Christmas for $10 or some shit. But this how I knew Bobby wasn't gonna be shit, because he was 6 years old, with no reason to steal shit. We ain't friends no more, y'all. She found out I was the bitch, kept reporting her shit and tagging the police and shit in her shit. Yeah, so we ain't friends. Another thing I don't like, y'all, really quick, is I don't like going to funerals. Right. But look, my reason might be a little different from yours because I'm a little vain. My reason for not like going to funerals is because it don't never match the program. It don't never match the program. And let me tell you what I'm talking about. The first thing you do when you get to a church or to the funeral is get the what? Obituary, right. And on the front of this obituary is a picture of the deceased. And normally you would think they will put the most recent picture. I mean, not of her in the hospital in bed and shit with her oxygen mask on, but if grandma just died, I don't need to see grandma's wedding picture on the front of the obituary. That shit need to be in the middle of the collage of pictures. You know what I'm saying? I need to see who I'm coming here to see. So when I get to this funeral, y'all, my friend's father had just recently passed. God bless his soul. His name was Jesse. And so we go to the funeral. Now, I remember Jesse as a young girl because he looked like old boy off of Miami Vice with the curly hair, Michael Phillip Thomas, I'm like, shit. Nice looking older man, nice, like, all right. Jesse got nice body, curly hair. Well, Jesse had got cancer and didn't nobody tell me that Jesse had got sick like that. And I went to the funeral to be supportive of it. I was a little late because you know how he is, just like these people. Come on in, y'all, welcome. How y'all look beautiful, ladies. Happy Mother's Day, Y'all coordinated with the pink? I'm loving it. Call me McDonald's, girl. Hello, beautiful. I'm loving it. So you came right on time, girl. I'm telling them how I hate funerals. My name is Kesha No I. Nice to meet you. Okay, you heard my name too? Yes, all right. So I go to see Jesse's funeral, which is my friend's father who passed away. But Jesse was good. I'm gotta catch her up, y'all. Let them know what's going on. Is that okay with y'all? That's okay? Okay, so Jesse was good looking back in the day. He used to look like Michael Phillip Thomas off of Miami Vice, right? But that was back in 94. So Jesse died in 2022 and shit. Didn't nobody tell me Jesse had cancer. So now y'all caught up with the story, okay? That's where we was at. So I get to the funeral a little bit late, like these ladies was, but I'm glad y'all made it. So I'm walking up to, because they like you gotta go up to the casket, because all the family on the front, so you gotta go up towards the casket so you can pay your respects to the family. So when I get up to the casket and look over and see Jesse, y'all, I was doing just like her. I was sitting there laughing my ass off, y'all. I couldn't believe it. Jesse was in there looking like Spiegel off the Lord of the Rings, like, my precious. He done shrunk up and shit. Jesse ain't had no hair on his head and shit. So to the congregation, y'all, I'm hollering, I'm laughing just like that. I'm up there like this. But from the back, this is all they see, y'all. So they think I'm crying and shit. The ushers coming up, giving me napkins, asking me, do I want water and shit. I'm like, no, thank you. We finally sit down. After about 3 hours in this motherfucking funeral, because I don't know if y'all been to a black funeral, everybody and their mama got something to say. But I later found out Jesse really wanted shit because he had all these kids and wanted nobody life and shit. Right, because I'm like, this is really beautiful. I'm telling my best friend, like, this is nice. I wish I had knew your dad. She said, me too, bitch. It's like my third time seeing him in life. Like, damn. So after 3 hours in the funeral, y'all, I'm like, fuck this. It's time to go. We get outside. I'm like, I'm not going to go to the cemetery. But they stopping everybody. Like, wait a minute. We going to let go of the doves. I'm like, the doves? I call them pigeons. Because that's what the fuck they is. They never do what they supposed to do. They be like, and the Lord and Jesus will send them off to heaven. And then they open the cage and be like, and go. And they all go nowhere. The motherfucking pigeon came, baby, to the edge of the cage, looked around, and took his ass back in there. That was one. I said, where the rest of them at? Motherfuckers was in there dead. I was like, this is all, we gotta get the fuck out of here. They like, no, we gotta go to the cemetery. I'm like, Jesse is dead. Jesse don't know if we here or not. Shit. So yeah, so that was my last black funeral. But I do go to white funerals. I love a motherfucking white funeral. Y'all got some white family, go check out a white funeral. Best shit ever. Went to a white funeral, co-worker father died. Get to the funeral, girl, first thing they did, guess what they did? Usher me upstairs to get some snacks. We have fruit and cheese plates and meat trays upstairs and water and tea. I ain't even got to the sanctuary yet. Get upstairs, get my water and my piece of fruit, because I don't trust white people cooking like that, y'all. No offense back there, baby. But I don't trust it because they like their dogs to lick them in their mouth and lick off the spoon and be like, so I don't do that shit. I don't know what you did. So I get this piece of fruit like this banana that came in its own individual wrapper. You can't fuck with that, right? Give me a banana, a cup of water, go downstairs. They got a big ass picture of her dad, Henry, up here, y'all. And I know this is the most recent picture of Henry, because he still had the oxygen cord and shit on his face. I said, well, damn. They get up, the priest get up and talk, and as he talking, y'all know how we do when we somewhere. We gotta check Facebook, because the world could be ending outside while we all in here. We don't know what the fuck going on right now. Anything could be happening. Bobby could get out of jail. I don't know. I need to check my Facebook. So I'm checking Facebook, and by the time I get off, y'all know the service was over. They was letting us out. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my God. So I go up to my friend and I was like, hey, where's the repast at? And she said, you didn't get any of that water and fruit? Yeah, we don't do no repast. And I said, I said, so do we got to go to the cemetery? She said, no, he right there. Girl, Henry was there the whole time in the urn right by the picture. Funeral started at 10 o'clock. We was out of there by 10:20. Out of there. White funerals was the best. I was out there thanking them and shit, shaking hands like, thank you. Thank you. I didn't know what to do with the rest of my day. I had took the whole day off and shit. So yeah, y'all, we gonna get this comedy show started, y'all. We got some really funny comedians in this house. It is Mother's Day, so ladies, the only rule that I have for you is enjoy yourself, laugh, applaud. Know that this is not the easiest thing in the world to do, to come up here and try to make people laugh off your ignorance. Yes, I know. I used to get in trouble and shit for school, like, shut the fuck up. It's not funny anymore. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I had a black mama. She hit me and shit. Amen. Oh, that's your mom? Yes. She will point you out, and you did a good job. Look, she gonna get a whooping in a minute. She almost, cause you ain't supposed to tell shit on no mama. See, mine's is gone, so I'll talk about it now, girl. I'm like saving R. Kelly. I got a story to tell about my mama, cause she was, look, I'm over here high five. I'm like, I got a story to tell. But I'll be telling y'all little bits and pieces of my deranged childhood as I come back and forth. Yes. So, y'all, but we have a really good lineup coming tonight. But tonight we have a really, really special guest. We allowed a man to come in and tell you ladies some jokes. He is pretty easy on the eyes. He's very funny. He goes by the name of Mr. Blind Man. But y'all let me know if y'all think he's blind or not. We'll see. Give it up for Mr. Blind Man.